Okay, so let's start the discussion on biodiesel. This is the second video for our biofuel lecture series. So let's talk about. So biodiesel. Biodiesel is an alternative form of the diesel that can be used in diesel engine. Okay, so why we are wanting to shift towards biodiesel, because biodiesel is first of all renewable. The raw materials that we are using are renewable source. Not only that, the some of the raw material are also provided by the byproducts of the reaction that is performed during the biodiesel, meaning that when we will going to perform a reaction that I am going to explain, this reaction's byproduct will in turn give you the raw materials for performing the biodiesel production reaction again. So I think you can understand how much renewable it is. And secondly, it is non-toxic and biodegradable, because all the materials here can be degraded. Okay, so it can be used. Another most important advantage is it can be used in most diesel engines without doing any kind of extensive modification to those engines. Okay, that means the normal engines that we are using with normal diesels or petroleum diesels, that engines can also take biodiesel and do the same job. So that is the 3 or 4 advantage of biodiesel, why we are shifting towards biodiesel, right? One is it is renewable, second one is it is non-toxic, third one is it is biodegradable, fourth one is it to use biodiesel no extensive modification of the engine is required. Okay, so petroleum diesel has a, we all know, has a big value for fulfilling the energy demand in different sectors. For example, in running the industrial engines and in running the vehicle engines, right? So now we are using biodiesel to do those jobs. As a result, the price will be decreased. Okay, because we all know that day by day the price of the petroleums are increasing, and the foreign dependence on the oil for petroleum diesels are also decreasing. Okay, so that can create a very good economy for us. And how, now the question is how we can construct this thing. So this biodiesel can be constructed with the help of oil seeds or non-edible oil seeds. Okay, so how it can be constructed, let's discuss. So first thing is, you need some basic knowledge to understand the formation of biodiesel. The basic knowledge of lipid here is quite required. So the idea is, the oil seeds is composed of a special type of lipid structure named triacyl glycerides or triglycerides. Okay, so what is triglycerides? I am going to show you. So this is the structure of triglycerides. Okay, it is consist of glycerol molecule, okay, and which is attached with 3 fatty acids. Okay, and most of the cases the fatty acids are consisting of 8 to 12 carbon atoms, 8 to 22 carbon atoms, not 12. Okay, so that is the idea. So most of the oil are composed of this particular type of particles, triglyceride. Okay, so here the idea is, if we add methanol and we add some KOH and NOH catalyst, what will happen? The glycerol part of the triglyceride will be cleaved, and 3 methanol here we have added. So 3 methanol will be added with the fatty acids. Okay, and the combination of fatty acids and methanol is known as biodiesel, and the glycerol will be remain as a byproduct. So that is the formation process of biodiesel, this thing known as biodiesel. Okay, so the structure that is produced here are known as FAAE, named fatty acid alkyl ester. Okay, and as here methyl group is present, so here the name will be FAME, fatty acid methyl esters. Okay, so and this process is known as trans esterification. So via trans esterification, with the presence of methanol and some catalyst, we can perform the biodiesel production. And here the raw materials are those non-edible oil seeds, okay, that we are previously considering as a waste. Okay, so that is the idea why we are now shifting towards the biofuel, because despite spending a lot of money on petroleum, now we can made biodiesel from the non-edible oil seeds, right? And the process is very simple. We need some methanol and some catalyst, alkaline catalyst, and then yes, your job is done. It will cleave the glycerol part and attach the methanols here, okay, and give you your FAME, that is biofuel, fatty acid methyl ester. Okay, so now we will going to talk about some technological approach by which biodiesel can be formed. So here remember one thing, that the process name is trans esterification. We are converting biofuel, or we are producing biofuel from fats or oils. Okay, here glycerol will be removed and fatty acids are attached with methanol. That is the idea. That is the process called trans esterification. And why we are using biodiesel? Because biodiesel is renewable, non-toxic, biodegradable. Okay, and not only that, this biodiesel can be used in that type of engines that today we are using with petroleum diesels, right? That means no further modification of the engine is required. Okay, so now let's talk about some technological approaches. For example, trans esterification of refined oil in homogeneous alkaline catalyst trans esterification of vegetable fat with a low content of free fatty acid and animal fat, trans esterification in acid catalysis, trans esterification in alkaline and acid heterogeneous catalysis, enzymatic trans esterification using microwave, trans esterification using ultrasound. That are the various type of technological approach that can be used for the production of biofuel, that is our biodiesel. Okay, so you can remember this one, okay, and you can also remember this one. Try to remember at least 3, then your job will be done. Okay, and now try to remember that biodiesel can be produced by both the food source and both the non-edible part of the food source, right? So we can place biodiesel under the group of both first generation biofuel and second generation biofuel, right? So that is the quite interesting thing. Okay, so now whenever we are producing biofuel in home, we will use batch system, and whenever we are producing biofuel in industrial level, we will adopt the continuous process. Okay, so now a schematic diagram of biodiesel production, by which you can understand why I have told you that their byproducts will in turn be converted into a raw material for the next production. So first of all, this is the vegetable oil or animal fat which we are considering as waste. Now we will perform the trans esterification reaction. For this we need methanol plus catalyst. So two products will be produced, crude biodiesel. From that, via refining process we will get biodiesel, and crude glycerin will be produced. From that, via glycerol refining we get glycerin. Not only that, during that glycerol refining we will also get methanol, and that methanol will be again used for the next trans esterification reaction. Okay, that means try to understand the glycerin that we are obtaining here as a byproduct, in turn via glycerol refining gives you methanol that you can use for the next biodiesel production. Okay, so that is the thing. So now here a important short question, that is, what do you mean by pure biodiesel or B100? So pure biodiesel is a monoalkyl ester of fatty acids obtained by vegetable or animal oil. Okay. So now let's talk about uses of biodiesel. So biodiesel is an alternative fuel. We can use this either in pure form or blended with petroleum diesel. Okay, and it can be burned in internal combustion engine or can be used as a fuel for boilers as well as for household process. That means variety of approaches where you can use biofuel. Along with the areas which is environmentally sensitive, let's say local public transport, taxi bus, for driving taxi bus, public vehicles, street sanitation, garbage collection, maintenance of green spaces, agricultural vehicles and transport in agricultural areas. Not only that, military vehicles and railways can be run with the help of biodiesel. Although you cannot see this in our India, but you can see this in Sweden. There are biodiesel using bus are available. So that is the thing. And you in future we can expect that our country will also adopt biodiesel very rapidly, right? So that is the concept of biodiesel. So here we are producing biodiesel from oil seeds or non-edible oil seeds via a process called transesterification in presence of methanol, and here we are getting glycerol as a byproduct. This glycerol via glycerol refining can give you again methanol, right? That is why it is renewable. Second, it is non-toxic, obviously it is biodegradable, and we don't need to made any kind of further modification in engines, right? So we can use the same engine and we can use the biodiesels too. Okay, so that is the concept of biodiesel. So I hope this video will be helpful for you. So thank you for listening to this class.